Do you believe in the power of words? Do you believe that words can make or break a relationship? Well, so do I. I believe a great deal of hurt and pain comes from the words spoken and unspoken that lend to miscommunication. That is why I believe it is so important that in the midst of all the racial tensions and dismay, that we learn to use our words to tell our personal narratives. The understanding of a person's story and life journey will begin the process to healing, reconciliation, and unity. We the people have the power to shift the atrocities we live with on a day-to-day basis. We the people have the power to edify and uplift one another. But we the people must first get past the wounds that were inflicted on us so many years ago. The media is filled with images and portrayals of women, especially women of color, who are bitter and mean. Week after week, our televisions, timelines, and news feeds are flooded with scenes of diminishing relationships between these women as petty conversations and actions drive wedges between friends and destroys bridges among colleagues. The 30-minute and sometimes 1 hour slots are filled with lewd language, angry threats, and outright nastiness towards one another. What would cause seemingly beautiful, strong, and talented women of color to lay down their hat of sophistication and integrity for a vicious outburst in a heated moment of fury? Pain. In every case, no matter the story and no matter the characters, it always ends in a teary monologue about the real source of the tirade. The woman's heart is broken. She was either betrayed, rejected, or dismissed. She felt like she didn't fit in or like she was being outcasted. Not knowing any other way to express the feelings inside, she resorted to lashing out. But what is the source of her pain? And where did it come from? And how was she able to go through so many years without having once faced the ghost of her pain? These questions and others like it are what I hope to address through a series of conversation cafes entitled Behind the Mask, Unveiling the Pain Within. The mission of the conversation cafes is simple: to convene an intimate, sacred, and safe space where women, in particular women of color, can unearth their own stories, name the source of their pain, dismantle the beliefs and ideologies that separate us, and create a communal space that uplifts and supports the holistic well-being of these prophetic voices. Simply put, the point is to appeal to the better nature of one another in order to build bridges of collaboration and interdependence, thus strengthening our communities. So what if, for a brief moment, we allowed ourselves to enter a space where we saw each other, not for the good or bad that we've done, but we see each other for the humanity within? What if, for a few frozen moments, we let down our guards and created a space where the only thing that mattered was our hearts? What if, just for a few minutes, we relinquished our assumptions and participated in a space that was sacred and non-threatening? What if, just for a little while, we used our words to name our pain and identify the places where we hurt? What if, for a few stolen moments, we sat at a table and allowed our words to transform our community landscape? Understanding that I cannot do this on my own, and it will take collaborative efforts of agencies like the Pastoral Care and Counseling Center at the ITC, as well as the Sankofa Center, the Psychology and Counseling Center of Georgia State University, the pastors and laity of the local churches, and Dr. Quincela Ward and Spelman College, in order to give this project legitimacy and grounding. It is my hope and my desire, through a series of conversation cafes, that we will begin the dialogue, that will begin to unearth the pain that we feel, that will begin to unmask all that is within us, that we may be able to be vulnerable to one another, to see each other, not for what's on the outside, but see each other at our hearts, because I honestly believe that at the heart of the matter, we all do love and care for each other, but there are just boundaries and barriers in place that keep us from being able to work together. So I invite you to join me on these conversation cafes. I invite you to come and be a part of this movement where we will come from behind the mask and unveil the pain that is within.